Hey all, just coming on to share a few thoughts that have been coming to mind in relation to the art of losing control. I was behind a car with a bumper sticker the other day that said, relax, nothing is in control. And I chuckled because it was so true. And as much as we, as humans and our ego, would like to have everything in control, it's laughable to think that that's the case. You know, our basic human need is certainty. So a lot of that need to control stems from that, right? Our fear of having things not be stable or not the way that we want them to be can sometimes overcome the actions and the thoughts and words that we say to self in order to keep something in what we would perceive as under control or in order. And so, or I guess there's a difference between that too, like acknowledging divine order and acknowledging and discerning where that line crosses from I have control over this to I get to surrender because there's a bigger will at play. Um, and so sometimes in our intimate relationships, it shows up quite a bit because it can be a little challenging to put that bigger perspective of what's the purpose and what's the lesson here. Yet, wherever we're attempting to control, that's where the wound is, and where the wound is, that's where the lesson is as well. And so, when we're in it, it's a little different to, or a little more challenging, I'd say, to step out and go to that higher perspective and see it for what it is, and again to have the discernment of where do I get to let go and let God, right? Very Piscean energy. Yet it's because it's a code, it's an energy that we all have access to, and it's needed at times when when things are out of our control, and that's okay. It's being okay with that, accepting that, embracing that, rather than holding on tighter, right? Because through the universal law of attraction, when we hold on tighter that way, or when the need or when the desire from within is coming from the space of I have nothing in control and I need that control, then there's more that we have no control over. And then there's that battle and that struggle internally, and then it shows externally within our work, relationships, families, how we interact. It doesn't matter how we process internally. A lot of the people that I've worked with recently, that's been a big topic. It's been control and like what they have control over and what they don't. And just when we put that energy, when we because energy is always going to go through the same process. We teach this in Reiki because it's all about learning how our energy processes and flows and gets organized, and the strategy, let's say, of our energy. And it's always like thoughts, words, feelings, emotions, actions, right? Behavior, because then we get results. So it'll always go through that flow. So when we perceive having control, it's always like what's the thought is going to be there, but what are the words that I'm attaching to that situation or to what I feel like I have to do or think I have to do or not do in order to get this perceived result. And can I let go of the attachment of the outcome? That's where like the surrender is. It's like, yes, I have this intention, I have this purpose, this is what I want, this is what I desire, yet I acknowledge that what's most important is that it be in my highest good, that it be in alignment with what I'm actually here to do and not so much what others want me to do or how I think I'm supposed to be perceived. And so when we put energy into controlling something, we're using our word to make that firm, stable a reality. And so as much energy as we put into that word to control it, and those thoughts to control it, and then those behaviors to control the situation or the person or the thing, we can put it into surrendering. We can put it into stepping into curiosity, into wonder, into being creative, into understanding, into getting into higher perspectives, into faith, into trust, into using words that are actually going to empower the situation, that are actually going to expand your you, your energy. And so yeah, so it doesn't matter what we're trying to control. It doesn't matter. It's like it's always going to go through that. We're going to put energy into it through our thoughts, our words, our feelings and emotions, and then our actions. And so it's like, can we, or can I, can you process in a way where it is serving and it's empowering.